Hey, what's up everyone? It's Justin here, and today I'm going to give you my first impressions of the Apple Watch. So I was one of those people who wasn't sure what to think when Apple first announced this product, but nevertheless I was willing to give it a try. Being somebody who didn't really like to wear watches at all and wasn't overly impressed with the smartwatches I had tried out in the past, I wasn't willing to spend too much on the Apple Watch, so I went with the 42mm Sport model. But at this point, I sort of wish I did opt for the Apple Watch Standard Edition, but even then I can't really wrap my head around spending over $1,000 for the model I like. The Apple Watch Sport features 7000 series silver aluminum, an ION-X glass retina display, and one difference right off the bat compared to the standard Apple Watch is that has a sapphire crystal display. And from what I heard, it is a huge difference when it comes to durability. It also has a composite back instead of a ceramic back found on the standard Apple Watch. The Sport Band is available in quite a few different colors, including the lime green, the blue I've got in front of me, black, as well as white, but I decided to go with blue for video's sake. The stainless steel Apple Watch is available in a whole range of different designs and types: the Milanese loop, the leather loop, the classic buckle, the sport buckle if you would like that, etc. And the Edition also has some of its own straps as well. Personally, I went with the 42mm model. Originally, I thought I was definitely going to be going for the 38mm model since I do consider myself to have pretty small wrists. But I am very happy that I went with the 42mm, and even then I find this watch pretty small in general. So from this point of the video, I'm just going to sort of talk about what I think about the Apple Watch after using it for 24 hours. And I'll be showing you guys a run through of the app as well as the Apple Watch interface at the same time. So the Apple Watch app was included in the latest update of iOS 8. And in terms of the setup process, everything was very simple. After I turned on my Apple Watch, I just had to refer to the app, and the app just made everything very simple by just telling you to put your Apple Watch behind the camera of your iPhone. It pretty much scanned itself, turned on Bluetooth, and the devices were good to go. So right away it did ask me if I wanted to install all of the applications that I have that currently do have support for Apple Watch. And the way it works is Apple hopes that developers will create companion apps for the Apple Watch from their main apps that are operating on the iPhone. Going through the general settings, it will ask you about the orientation, whether you'll have it on your right wrist or your left wrist, whether you want the digital crown on the left or right side, so it really makes it comfortable for different uses. You can also set the brightness of the display, the taptic feedback, which by the way is pretty powerful, but other than that, the app just allows you to access very basic settings of all of the standard applications as well as the third-party ones that are compatible. On the Apple Watch, everything was very snappy, and I have to say I was pretty surprised considering this is a first generation product with no updates currently. So the Apple Watch is very responsive, and I was actually pretty surprised considering this is a first generation device. The interface at first was quite confusing, but after you figure it out, everything is very easy to access. And of course you do have your standard watch face, because after all this is a watch and it is supposed to tell you time. But if you tap on the digital crown, it will take you to the what I'd call the app drawer where all the app icons are located, and you can zoom in and out of them very easily, again using the digital crown. I have to say I love the digital crown. It is very intuitive, and I think it was a very smart idea as Apple did not want you to be blocking your display while you're trying to access it. On the Apple Watch itself, you can also set your general settings, and to scroll around in the app menu is very easy. Going into your mail app, for example, you're able to access information such as reading your email, and one small tip I have for you guys is to have your font set to small. As you know, on the Apple Watch itself, you do also have Force Touch, so depending on the pressure you apply on the display, it will bring up some special settings, and again, that worked very well. But after all, the most important thing about the Apple Watch is what you're going to be able to do on it. As you know, with Android Wear devices right now, you can really only take advantage of Google Now, while the Apple Watch does have its dedicated apps. But being Apple, I'm sure developers will create applications compatible with the Apple Watch, and on launch day, you'll already see that there's quite a few options in terms of what you can do. There are already tons of apps that support the Apple Watch, and there's only going to be more from there. Some work okay, while others you can definitely tell are in preliminary stages, but it's only going to get better from there. But other than that, this has just been my raw impressions of the Apple Watch after 24 hours, and I have to say I am a pretty big fan of it. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, but I'm impressed by what Apple has already been able to achieve with the watch being a first generation device. But of course, my full review will be coming up, so stay tuned for that, and I also plan to compare this to the Moto 360. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button as it helps the channel out a bunch. And let me know what you think about the Apple Watch and whether you picked one up. I'll see you all in the next video.